means a resumption of the Israeli army's ground offensive. Here in Toronto, protesters are gathered to demand an end to the attacks. A rally took place this evening at Sankofa Square at the corner of Yonge and Dundas. Our Brittany Billette was there.
An outpouring of anger and sadness. People here calling the resumption of attacks over Gaza appalling.
Heartbreaking and infuriating.
We need to call out the complicity of Canada. We need to call out the complicity of America.
Organizers say they're demanding an immediate ceasefire and a two-way arms embargo. No selling weapons or buying them from Israel. Last January, Ottawa stopped approving new arms permits for Israel, but is allowing approved permits to stay in place.
Yesterday, not only did they bomb Gaza, that killed over 350 people, but they bombed Yemen, Lebanon, Syria, all over the Middle East, U.S. and Israel. So we have to take the streets. As Canadians, we know an election's coming up. We want our demands to be heard. We want an arms embargo. Our economy is in the pits. We have a housing crisis. We have a houselessness crisis. We're being hit by tariffs, and all of us want to see our politicians putting the Canadian economy first.
Protests like these have been happening since the October 7th attacks by Hamas. One Jewish organization says these rallies are to be expected, but there's worry about the message they might send.
You know, the right to protest is a cherished Canadian and democratic value, and it's important. But what we've seen all too often is that these protests veer from being about whatever grievances people might have with the government of Israel into calls for violence targeting Jews here in Canada.
Organizers want to make clear that this isn't a hate rally. They say they're just calling for an end to the war and the establishing of lasting peace. Brittany Billette, CBC News, Toronto.
The union representing the province's elementary school teachers